Σας ευχαριστώ κύριε Πρόεδρε, κυρίες και κύριοι. Ως Πρόεδρος της Διαρκούς Επιτροπής Οικονομικών Υποθέσεων
Standing Committee of the Hellenic Parliament, I would like to grasp this opportunity to welcome you on the occasion of the 16th annual meeting of the OECD Working Party of Parliamentary Budget Officials and Independent Fiscal Institutions. Considering the challenges that are being developed at the world level, like digital transition and climate change, constant dialogue and cooperation is imperative, and it needs to apply to the relations between states, institutions, international organizations, and citizens. So political and economic stability is inextricably linked to sound financial management and is a top priority, which is why the IFIs are called upon to play a critical role to that direction. Through a constant process of dialogue and cooperation, as I said, their feedback may be the basis for improvements, interventions, but also addressing of structural pathologies. As you may know, Greece, in the aftermath of a tense financial crisis, has taken important steps forward, as the OECD wrote recently in its economic outlook study. So the Greek economy has a positive, is performing now positively, and this is the offspring of prudent economic and financial policy, which has been meticulous and stable since 2019. Kyriakos Mitsotakis' administration has actively shown that it lays absolute priority to ensuring fiscal stability. A strategic choice was streamlining the tax system, the boosting of disposable income, reduction of tax burden, the promotion of multiple reform, and the creation of an investment-favorable environment, which has allowed not only for Greece to achieve a fourfold growth rate compared to the Eurozone average, but also which has brought about substantial results in the fiscal framework. Allow me to highlight that public debt to GDP ratio was reduced by 45% in the period 2021-2023, while the budget, after the necessary fiscal expansion to support businesses and households during the pandemic, has returned to the achievement of primary surpluses. At the same time, the fiscal position of Greek economy has been constantly upgraded by the credit rating agencies, which has contributed to the increase of investments. In 2023, the Greek economy had a 2% growth rate, 4 times higher than the Eurozone average, while according to the recent projections of the European Commission, Europe will have a sustainable growth rate in the next 2 years, that is 2024 and 2025. At the very same time, inflation and unemployment rates seem to be de-escalating. Now, when it comes to investment, Greece, since 2019 onwards, has been performing and increasing and attracting investments. Greece also ranks high when it comes to the absorption of European funds. Let it suffice as an example to say that the take-up rate for the RRF in Greece amounts to 41.4% compared to 29.4%, which is the European Union's average. Visible and measurable results have been also observed in the fiscal framework. The implementation of significant reform in public finance management has contributed to a better planning, increased accountability, and, of course, the enhancement of public financial data reliability. The results of the efforts made by Greece were depicted by a related report in 2020 by the OECD. The reforms implemented as an indication include the conversion of the Hellenic Statistical Authority into an independent authority, the harmonization of the national financial framework according to the guidelines of the European Union to the Member States' financial framework, the setup of the Hellenic Fiscal Committee, which is, of course, an independent administrative entity. The setup and upgrade of the Parliamentary Budgetary Office, while at the same time ensuring, of course, its independence. Recently, we have adopted yet another important innovation. I'm thinking of the performance-based budgeting. That is a new way to manage state budget on the basis of performances, which means that over the past 3 years, state budgets were accompanied by performance budgets, which provide information on finance at the level of programs financed by the general government, as well as objectives and results. The budget 2024, for the first time, was accompanied by an environmental dimension of programs implemented by all ministries. Moreover, some days ago, a new digital platform was launched through which each and every Greek citizen may draw information about the financing and the implementation of a project for a budget which exceeds €1 million in every municipality and region of Greece. And this, of course, is an important step towards accountability and transparency. Now, when it comes to communication and dialogue in Greece, when it comes to issues pertaining to financial and economic policy, an important role is played by the Thessaloniki International Fair. This is a flagship event for the Greek economy every year because in the framework of the fair, consultations take place between the government and the productive forces, and the Prime Minister also presents on an annual basis the economic policy which will be implemented thanks to the national budget of the next year. I need to highlight that in our country we have the public electronic consultation of draft bills, which means that during consultation, which is 2 weeks long, any draft law is uploaded on the consultation, the related consultation website, and therefore there is the possibility is given to citizens to provide reviews and comments. According to the regulation of the Parliament, the draft bills presented before the Greek Parliament are obligatorily accompanied by a report pertaining to the public consultation which has preceded, so that the members of Parliament may be advised and may receive the feedback by citizens. The parliamentary standard procedures envisage also the hearing of non-MPs, which means that during the discussion of draft bills, a meeting usually is dedicated to having a meeting with representatives of stakeholders, citizens, experts, etc., in order for them to share their opinions. I would like to conclude my presentation with a very brief reference to the state budget and the Hellenic Parliament processes. In the framework of the Greek political system, the discussion and approval of the state budget is an outstanding political procedure each and every year. The Constitution and the regulation of the Hellenic Parliament define the exact process for the review and approval of the budget. At the same time, the Parliament approves the midterm financial strategy framework and its update. It monitors the management of public finance situation. It approves a draft corrective actions in case of budgetary slippage. As you can understand, the Budget Standing Committee I chair has a substantial role to play against this backdrop. The committee I have the honor to chair has an initial discussion on the draft budget on the occasion of 3 meetings, whereas the discussion on the final draft takes place on the occasion of 4 meetings. All the discussions within our committee and the plenary are public, and citizens have the possibility to watch them live from the Hellenic Parliament's TV broadcaster. The Hellenic Parliament has been set up, in the Hellenic Parliament, a standing committee has been set up, which also is examining the State General balance sheet as well as the budget execution. Ladies and gentlemen, the Greek society has full understanding of the importance that a rational, prudent and effective financial policy plays. For the Hellenic Parliament, extroversion, communication, accessibility for citizens to all the financial procedures are an overarching priority. Of course, there is a need for further improvements and the adoption of more innovative methods of consultation with the adoption of modern technology. I am confident that during these 2-day conferences, many ideas may emerge to that direction. Thank you very much. I wish you